welcome to another piano lesson with Richard Yang. Today I'm gonna cover My War from Attack on Titan final season, the opening theme, arranged by Animenz. So in the video description you'll find the sheet music for this as well as the link to my video performance. Okay, so this is Attack on Titan, of course, great music, and I really like it because it's got that catchy tune, right? It just sounds so cool. I mean, it's just so cool by itself. So this piece is kind of like a variation based on this theme, and it's got a lot of jumps so hopefully you are very familiar with the keyboard. Jumping, it all depends on how familiar you are knowing where things are, right? So anyway, I'm gonna start this. So the beginning, right? So very fast. So that is just to get you I'm not talking about the notes yet, just to get you a feel of the rhythm. So it does actually pick up the speed really fast on your left hand. And now, how do you get into this section? You probably want to look at section A first, right? So that is how you get the pace. Now from forte, I'm just gonna do that very, very slowly. So it goes by very, very fast. So you want to practice this separately. Ideally very evenly, right? So it goes like very, very quickly, right? So one last time. That's how you get to section A. So section A. So we have the most basic jumps in this section, so I'll play that slowly. Play that. Now on the jumps, so there are several things that you need to know. First of all, be familiar where C sharp is, and C sharp, it's not a bad place to jump. Why? Because if you see, right on the left of it, there are a lot of space, right? So it's kind of hard to miss. When you get your hands down here, this should be a little gap, and that's where C sharp is. So you can kind of feel it, right? And after you play for a while, you should be able to just know where this is, right? So just to give you an idea, when I jump to a C sharp, I don't even need to look at this, right? And the G sharp, because it's in the middle of stuff. So this one, sometimes if it's too complicated on the right hand, I have to look at it to see where I'm supposed to land, right? So it's just something to think about, how to make sure you can practice enough such that you can feel where they are. And this is just one semitone up. Right, so you can feel that. And make sure that you pedal off on the staccato to give it that dramatic, right, to give you that dramatic effect. Now this one, because the right hand is very busy, so on the left hand you almost have to be able to play this blind, right? Because in my opinion, the right hand needs a little more attention than the left hand in this case. So my trick on these jumps is not to simply stare at the key to know where the things are, but instead know the degree of separation. For example, see, it goes up 3. For example, like this. If you have to stare at the key, that is only the beginning, but later on you'll be able to just look at the music. You know that this is going 4th down and 4th up and 6th down and 5, 4 octave, right? So there are little things that you can train your brain on for this. But if you are not quite there yet, then the only alternative is to stare at the keys, make sure that you know them really well, and ideally you don't need to look at them on the left hand. So because you need to look at right hand is a little more busy here. Section B. So section B so this is kind of like a variation, and the theme of this one is the fact that you have the left hand staccatos. So you should be able to play that without even looking. All right, so let's go. And now the theme has changed. Now it's this. Right? Now, so there is really not much to it otherwise, except clean pedals, right? Pedal down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So pedaling should be okay. And the last one. And the glissando, just use the back of your thumb, and once you get it started, you don't actually need to go too deep into it, because if you get too deep into it, it will cut into the skin, which I think for each day you only have a certain quota for this before it starts to really hurt. Okay. Section C. So the as you can see, there are multiple voices in this, right? We also have this, and then right. So lots of stuff going on, but for the purpose of learning a piece, if the middle voice should be sufficient to bring out. So first of all, this is okay. So you need to know what it feels like to go down, like from this to here. So this is something that you have to feel and remember. Right? So this just takes practice. So next page. The right hand is a little funny, so look at it carefully. So that's section C. So now let's go back to the top of the page. Again, a few voices now. And then we have the accompaniment for the right hand. And left hand, the bottom we have the bass. The top. Right, so many voices. So as long as you can know that they're there, try to bring them out, and you should be okay. This one, it might take some practice. So I'm gonna do that one more time. From here, just look at the music notation. It will tell you what to play with the right hand, left hand. You can do straight hand, but according to music, that's easier. Here. And hopefully that makes sense. And here, I don't know why he uses right hand for this. I don't know why. Section D. Section D is almost the same as before. So, and this time, the staccato is on the left hand. So, let's go. And also you have this, right? That's a melody as well. For me, this gets difficult because I cannot reach 10th, so I have to roll it every time. Right, so hopefully that makes some sense. It's very similar than before. It's just the matter of an added voice, right? So we have different elements in this. If you can do that, that'd be good. Section E. I'm gonna just play through this. This one is the same as before. Getting a little difficult now, so I'm gonna play it very, very slowly. Look at the fingering. Right, so hopefully you got that. So this one, this is probably one of the very few spots where I would encourage you to practice hands separate. No pedal, clarity, please, clarity. And for this one, I choose to play. See, it's all finger 4 and 5. It might be a little difficult that way, so you can use finger number 3 if you have to. So I'm gonna put everything together one last time. So it's the same as the other previously, so I'm not gonna explain that further. Section F. So section F, when I first heard this, I thought that, hey, it's the music, right? And everything sounds so wrong. But after a while, you can kind of get used to it. It's an acquired taste, musical taste. So I'm just gonna show you the fingering first. So you might find that fingering to be extremely strange, but it's something that you can get used to because when you play fourth, a lot of times when you play fourth, you can use 1 5 2 4, something like that. You can use except finger number 3. So this fingering combination is used for fourth a lot. So I'm gonna do right hand only. From here, it'll be a little strange. You can change fingering if you want, but this is how I like it. Actually, there are many ways to do this. That's one way to do it, or whatever works. course. So here are, and also when I play at different tempo, I may use different fingering because it all happens right here. So. Section G. So observe the staccato. So it's a pedal down, not on the. Don't pedal on the staccato. Pedal down, up, down, up, down, up. Right. So that's the idea. So I'll go through the notes. So this section is just as long as you're okay with the pedaling, because you're pedaling on the off beats, right? Right. So far so good. And now here. So hopefully you can hear the melody in this. So when you practice, just simply bring them out. So this is probably one of the very weird spots. You have 3 against 4 with your hand crossed. So that's extremely unnatural. So you just need to make sure your right hand, just keep playing the same thing. Right? And right hand slows down a little bit. Right? So that's a little awkward, but that's what it is. Right? Section H. So we're here. So here, switch over for the last note. Right, so this, first of all, the difficulty is with all the black keys, and a lot of times your fingers will get caught when you try to move up. So it's that calls for practice, right? Alright, so hopefully you got it. That's easy. Section I. probably one of a very very big jump. Well, at this speed anyway. So this one, just be patient. It takes some time. It needs you really need to be familiar with the notes a lot before you can attempt those, right? Sorry, no. So a lot of the glissando rhythm, it goes like this. Da, 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 da. Right, so that's that. And now next page, this part we've played that many times. I'll just go over. The only thing about this section is that you might need to use the thumb. May be very very busy because a lot of things are done on the thumb. So for example, right? It's pretty busy, right? So. Section J. Especially cool. So do that slowly. These are pretty weird jumps. Hopefully you can get it. Can you do that? It's really really fast, right? So the left hand is well, right hand you just. Something like that. Right on left hand. So you have to get your thumb. Right, so when you play that full speed, it's actually very very cool. Such a cool ending. So here you go. My war. Until next time. Goodbye.